What is up, everyone? I am the Comic Outlaw, aka, my name, Jack Slater. If you've been watching this channel for a while, we've been going on for a year. And today is toy time, and we're doing X-Men month. I am still dropping She-Hulk because people seem to like it. But this is dedicated to X-Men this month. Mostly, we're dropping What If issues, X-Factor. I'll be covering that a little bit more. And of course, as always, it's toy time, and yes, it is. And I have a significant collection of X-Men, which at the end of the month I will be going over each individual toy that I have in that set. But we're going to be opening some new ones that we will be including at the end, of course, But check this out. I Nightcrawler, aka Kurt Wagner, whatever you want to say with a V or a W. I am not German, so forgive my pronunciation. Check that out there. Smooth toy. Got a little bit of debris on it. But let's check it out here. Of course, he got his appearance in Giant Size X-Men back in the Chris Claremont days when he took over the X-Men run. X-Men had pretty much run its course with the original team. The stories got stale, and they decided to just reprint and then dump the issues. Giant Size X-Men had changed the game and introduced characters like Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler. Of course, Cyclops stayed. It just kind of, Colossus, of course, later on Kit and Pride. It kind of led into what the 1992 X-Men was. Of course, Kurt is always jumped from place to place. He's a very fascinating character. For one, he has teleport. He has this ability to hide in the shadows, which I always thought was cool. Of course, he can stick on things. His tail right here, he can use kind of like a sword. He uses it to kind of with a sword and everything. There's this guy is very, very cool. Very interesting set of powers. And when he teleports, he goes into another dimension and then appears. That's where that smell of brimstone comes from. He's also the son of Mesquite. I tell you, that girl's been around. But anyways, we're doing a little bit of this and that, and I thought I'd open this up. And Kurt is often cited for being the religious one, I guess you could say. There's an episode of X-Men, the animated series. Some people say it's a little too preachy. I, for one, love it. It's about Wolverine, Kurt, and Wolverine sort of finding his faith, which I always found interesting. That Kurt, even in the comics, he's one of those people that never gave up on his faith. He found it shaken a few times, but he never gave up on his foundations, the idea of kindness. And I've always respected that about him. Nightcrawler I've always been like a happy, swashbuckling hero that has a lot of introspection and does look inside himself. He was also one of the best friends of Wolverine. One of the sad parts is when Wolverine was dead. He's back now, but he was dead then. Kurt came to Shadowcat, had a talk with her as talking for Wolverine. And I always found their relationship interesting in the comics and otherwise. Kurt has also been on a team called Excalibur, which I do want to cover on this show. You know me, it's not about the popularity of the comic books, it's just how cool I think they are. And everyone seems to tell the same story on this channel. I've always wanted, when I started this channel, traveling from place to place, I kind of decided to just bring things that I like and unique things. And I always thought this man was a unique character. And of course, as you guys see in the back, check it out one more time. It comes with a few choice people with this set, and it builds Wendigo. So I might be collecting all these just so I can have a Hulk, Wolverine, and a Wendigo, and just kind of have them all displayed like, oh! I love how it comes with this sword, different faces, and without further ado, let's get this key to the city out, huh? And see where we are. Cut it open, huh? Try teleporting away on me. Alright. And yes, I hear this lecture that you're supposed to keep these in the box, and well, to that I say this. When you're lying in your grave, you can't take any of it with you, can you? Alright, let's check them out. Alright, let's look for those stupid little plastic things that I despise. Ooh, the tail is nice. It has an old school appeal. It's going to be hard to get out. I'm going to pull that out first. Alright, let's pop that small stuff first. As you know, it's alternate heads. Alright, Nightcrawler's alternate hand for holding a sword. Check it out. Him smiling. Him kind of like, ah. Right. Now, interesting how they pack these. Of course, his sword. Nightcrawler has always thought of himself like a musketeer. That's why he carries like a rapier or a cutlass. Wendigo's arm. Look at the size of that. Ah. And if I do get all those, I'll do a whole thing about Wendigo. Very fascinating creature. All right, let's pop him out careful. Don't ruin his tail. Do that slowly. Ooh, that came right out. Now, the tail is a little loose, so I'm going to tell you guys that now. Be careful with that tail. Don't try to hang him up on anything. It kind of reminds me of the tail from the original X-Men run they had in the 90s. It has that same kind of material, so I'm going to tell you now, be very careful with that. Here's a sword. I have to put his hand in and put it in. Now, this is interesting because, see if it just pops right off, huh? Oh, it does. Sweet. Because we can want him to have his sword. Of course we do. I mean, it's pivotal to his character, and I always thought it was cool. Just a swashbuckling, like, three-fingered elf, you know, they could teleport. All right, check that out. Nightcrawler. Yeah. Get a glance at the tail. Ooh, dropped a sword. Pick that back up. Alright, see that? Yeah, we'll do one hang from the tail. See? Just be careful with it. Check it out. Boom. That's Nightcrawler, aka Kurt Wagner. Member of the X-Men, Excalibur. Generally, very good guy. This toy is very cool. I might get the other ones just to get the Wendigo because it just looks awesome. And I'm happy to have this in my collection. He'll fit right in with my other X-Men. And he's just one of the best. One of my personal top 10. Happy to have him. And next time, I will be reviewing a few more X-Men toys. But until then, I am the Comic Outlaw. Watch my channel and give me a like and subscribe, man. Spread the word. It's X-Men month. And yes, and as always, I will catch you on the flip side. Laters.